Hi everyone, this is Jinou. My name is Seejeanty, however everyone calls me Jinou. And actually everyone calls me Jinou Fubar. I am one of the owners of Fubar with my sister. And we've been on this channel before, but as we renovated, as we changed things, I thought it was a good idea for us to come back. And that way we can show you what the new Fubar looks like, what we changed, why we changed them. Because as we mentioned when we closed, the changes were done mainly because we wanted to elevate the experience, elevate the standards, and make it easier as we transformed into this place that is now Fubar. So for example, you will see that we changed the entrance a lot because I don't know if you guys been to Fubar, but sometimes it would be like you want to get in, you can't get in because the gate can't open, or we'll be seeing the gate swaying because too many people are inside, too many people are outside. When you want to leave, you can't leave because the door's closed and we don't have a second door, which is why now the biggest thing is that we have two doors. One way in, one way out. If we're at capacity, people can still leave as they wish. If we're gonna have people come in, if we're gonna have people leave, they don't need to be bumping into each other. It made it a lot simpler. So not only do we have a VIP area, which if you've been to Fubar, you remember the stage that we used to have that can only hold 10 people, but 50 people would be on there. Now we've built a space so that way 100 people can still be in the VIP area or more, depending on how we set it up. But everyone is comfortable, all of the tables are set up properly, and everything is done well. One of the things that we really wanted to change was definitely when someone comes here, when someone pays for a table, when someone is hanging out and their space is their space, that their space stays their space. I think that is one thing that I didn't really appreciate with the way that it used to be. If I'm on a table, someone's not on my table, they had so much access to just be on my table, get on my table, stand on my table. So I really wanted everyone to feel cozy, that the area that's theirs for that night is theirs. The bar definitely had to change. That was one of the feedbacks that we didn't even think of until our clients told us. The bar sometimes would take like 30 minutes to get a drink just because the bar was small. But again, the bar that we had created was supposed to be for a chill daytime vibe, you know? So now that we're a club vibe, we're more of a bar, we actually created a bar that's twice the size. You will also notice one of the biggest changes, I think, is definitely our employees. As we grew, as the brand grew, I need the service to be a certain level, so it was really important for us to add more staff, train up the staff to be on the same standard that we want Fubar to represent. So we've had new members to our team, so that way the customer service can be up to the par and the standard that we want it to be to. When you talk about the bar, I want the Fubar standard to be the same Fubar standard that you don't have to say, oh, Fort Haiti's a nice place. No, it's a nice place, period. It's not a third world nice place, no. So we really came with this creative concept, this idea to really elevate, so that way we match whatever it is. So I could take this Fubar, I can take my exact employees, put them in Miami, put them in Canada, put them wherever, and you will be satisfied with what you receive. So I really hope that with all of these different changes, all these different upgrades, that you guys are proud, that everyone that walks through this space as a Haitian is proud that, yeah, your friend comes in town and they're like, I don't know what Haiti's about, what is it? No, come to Haiti and let me show you that this is what Haiti has to offer. This is the type of venue Haiti has. This is the type of service you expect to have in Haiti. And even that's why when we started doing the pop-up events, we do a lot of stuff that still connects to Fubar. We make sure to use a lot of our same DJs, a lot of our same artists. For the Fubar in Dominican Republic, our staff actually came to give that experience. Something as simple as we were closed from February to December. February 1st we were closed. So that means literally for 10 months we were closed and our entire staff came back. That says we're obviously treating our employees a certain way, and I don't treat my employees like, oh, for Haiti, this is how. No. I grew up, I was trained, I went to school in the States, so I wanted to make sure that customer service is great because I want my clients to get that experience, but my HR department is on that level. That my employees know what it means to have a day where we cater to you, a day where we say employee of the month, like we wanted to make sure that the things that I learned worked in other countries. When I lived in Thailand, the things that I learned I could bring back here, you know? And that's why we do yoga before we start. Get that energy out. We're on stage every time we're at Fubar. When that client comes, they're here to have fun. They don't care about if your girlfriend just broke up with you. All they want is that great service with a smile. So we do yoga, we make sure to release all of our problems, leave it outside, so when our clients are here for that Fubar experience, because they're trying to leave their problems outside, that when they come here, they just have a good time. Fubar is a place for happiness and for joy, but at the end of the day, we all kind of have an idea of the country we live in. Haiti is not that easy, you know? Now it's a third world country, but it's a very unstable third world country. So when it comes to people ask about the business and how things are going, the reality is when there's issues, when there's political issues, when there's kidnapping issues, when there's money issues, when there's issues and gas issues, that affects our business. And our business is a place of leisure. So when you're in a third world country, when there's issues, when you need to budget, when you need to make sure everything is okay, leisure is the last thing. So a lot of times, even if someone wants to go out, if they're saving their money, obviously our business gets affected because this is the last place that they plan on spending money, because right now, budget is tight. And I think that's just a reality everywhere. I think it's even crazy when if your budget's tight, you're not trying to go to the club as a first place to spend your money. So that's just the reality of the business we're in. If the streets are not safe, obviously people will go out during the day, even if it's not safe during the day. But at night, again, it's leisure. So if you don't feel safe, you need to go to the market, but you don't need to go to Fubar. And as much as it's my business, and I know I would love for you to go to Fubar all the time, and I would love for Fubar to be the first place you spend money, the reality is we're all human beings, we all have responsibilities. So when the country is in a shaky way, we protect our home, we protect ourselves, we protect our family. But I do think that people should remember, at the end of the day, yes, we are a club, it's about drinking and partying and having a good time with friends and celebrating. It's still a business. I still have bills, I still have employees. I mean, and it's not just me when Fubar has to close for a weekend, or no one came out this weekend because they're nervous or they're scared or they don't have money. It's not just Fubar. So besides the Fubar expenses or the Fubar losses, what about the light guy that I would have hired? What about the DJ I would have hired? What about the security I would have paid for? What about the guys that are on the street? What about the lady that's waiting for Fubar to close so she can sell food outside, you know? So all of those things, and I think a lot of times, even if we're a business of fun, we're still a business, and our business has a lot of ripples. Because, I mean, I think in a month, probably at least 60 people at some point get paid somehow through Fubar. So when Fubar goes a month and we're not able to function, and we have to cut costs, and we have to accept all of the challenges that just comes with where we live, it's not just my decision, will now affect 60 people that used to get paychecks from us, you know? So I think in general, that's something to definitely keep in mind, that yes, I do have fun at my job. Yes, I do celebrate and I dance and I get to drink on my job. Some people can't drink on their job, so I get it that it's a lot of fun in an outside perspective. But it's still my job. I don't start work at 11 p.m. when the doors open. Fubar has a full administration that starts at 9 a.m. Yes, it's a fun place, and yes, you see us having fun, but it's a full-time job. Contacting Fubar, honestly, if you find Fubar's name, it's reachable. So on Instagram, we make sure to respond to every single person. I personally manage the account, so if at any point you want to just say hi, ask me a question about Fubar, get to know me, or anything, especially I always do these pop-ups, feel free to just write us on Fubar's account. It's me directly that will respond to you. We make sure that our phone is always on, so a lot of people tend to forget we are a club. So the same way you're not gonna call the doctor's office at 8 p.m. because it's closed. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people sometimes feel like I'm calling Fubar and I'm answering, but they forget that it's 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning. That's usually when we're kind of sleeping, you know, since we get home at like 6. So we are reachable. So sometimes I tell people, And that's something to definitely note. If at any point you reach us and you can't find us, or you call us, you can't find us, if you text us, if you WhatsApp us, if you leave a message, we always get back to you. You can email us as well, but my favorite way for people to contact us is definitely by WhatsApp, as we know a lot of international people are trying to reach us and they don't have a Haitian number, or just message us on Instagram, because even as we do our events all over the world, Instagram Fubar Haiti will always be Instagram Fubar Haiti.